Hi, this is Maria from mariairving.com, and today I wanted to speak about intuition and how important it is to follow the breadcrumbs that life lays out before us as we walk our path. So that's what living in the flow of life means. It's about following the signs and the intuition and nudges and everything that we always are receiving from the universe. So that's what it is about. And we all have our own energy. The way our individual energy works is very personal. We all have our own flow, and it's up to us to tune into it and to trust that, because everybody's energy flow is different. And to trust that your individual flow, how it unfolds, is the right way it unfolds for you. Like for example, for me, I don't plan my life. I had no idea. I used to do that, but I just realized that the universe's plans for me are so much better than what I can, conjure up myself. So I had no idea that I would do what I do now. Like for example, I wrote the book Energy Awareness in, was it 2009 or something? And in it I wrote about the flow of life, but at the time I didn't have the concept of what that was until years later. So that was life already doing, like writing those things through me, guiding me to the life that I'm living now. So I just followed the signs and the guidance and, did what I was guided to do, wrote what I was guided to write, and then the next step always comes, and that's how I live. So it's a progressive way to live. It's not passive, and the timing is always perfect. So whatever, I just listen to the signs. I follow the breadcrumbs that life gives me, and then things just click, and they, they continue to click. For example, if I get a thought, or if I meet a person, or an opportunity comes to me, or I get an idea of something, it always happens at the exact right moment, that when it's meant to happen. And then I act on it if it feels right and correct for me internally. Like if I feel called to go somewhere, if uh, I go, then I go, and I might meet. I mean, I have been out in the mountains walking, and I have met new clients there, and it has been like magical, and it's always so clear that whatever meeting you have when you live like this, you know that it's divinely appointed. And sometimes the other person, in whatever context, but that's how like life unfolds that way, if we allow it to unfold that way. So, but sometimes the other person might not see the significance of your meeting, in whatever scenario that might be. But that's, when you live from a place of higher awareness, you can see these things, but other people might not always see that. So if they don't see it, then you just let them be, and maybe they contact you later or whatever, when they are ready, although they all already are ready, because the meeting wouldn't have happened if the readiness wasn't there. But sometimes if a person lives too much, if they are too identified with the ego or the limited self, it takes time for that aspect of them to get on board of what the soul wants, or what the calling is about. And you might know someone like that, someone where you can see so clearly what would be helpful to them. And maybe you suggest things to them and so on, but they can't see you or hear you. And you just see so clearly that the universe has arranged, for a better path for them. But they are too unconscious in terms of knowing themselves. So the limited self, or the ego self, is in charge of their decisions. So nothing happens. But the best thing to do, if you have someone in your life, is to just present, or whatever you feel guided to, you know, tell them or whatever. But if they don't see it, then just let them be. You know, don't, they are on their own path. So you just give them the nudge if you felt called to do that, and then you move about and, you know, do your own thing and go your own way. And sometimes nudges, breadcrumbs, and signals and signs and guidance and direction and all that, sometimes it also requires a huge amount of faith and trust in your gut feeling at times when things seems logically right to do, but you just feel in your gut that there's something about this that is not in alignment or doesn't feel right or correct. So, for example, when I was homeless many years ago, I didn't even know where I would be like a week from, like the next week and things like that. And I was offered a beach, a home by the beach to live for free. It was amazing. It was just by the beach, like a duplex place. So it was really like, it was awesome. But something felt off. So I told the people that, please give me, like, I will think about this over the weekend. And I was praying about it, I was meditating about it, and the no was just so clear. So I had to turn it down. And I later, you know, understood that that was the absolute right thing for me to do, but I'm not going to go into that because other people are involved. But the point is that you have to be brave sometimes and have courage to go against what, you know, what seems to be a really good thing, but you just feel in your gut that there is something there that is not vibing with you. And then you have to trust that, even if you don't know what will happen next. So what happened next, when I said no to them, and that was really difficult for me, but I had to trust. It was difficult because I didn't even know where I would be the next week. I didn't know, you know, but I said no. And right after I said no, an amazing opportunity came to me that was absolutely perfect for me, perfect for the people involved, and it worked out in so much better ways. But I had to have the courage to say no to that thing that the ego told me that this is really good, and it looked good on the outside, but I trusted my gut and I said no. So life is constantly sending us hints and messages, and, you know, something comes to you all the time, whether it's through people, experiences like events that are unfolding before you, or gut feelings. So it's about being really open to receiving all these signals and trusting that you're being guided, always being guided to something bigger and better, something that is in alignment with your next step and your unique flow in life, your unique path. So trust that, and remember that everybody's flow is different from, we all have different. So even if your friends or people around you are like, oh my God, this is such a good opportunity and blah, 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 and you feel in your soul that no, this is not for me, then you have to have the guts to say no to that. And then something better can come because you showed that faith and trust. So, for example, some people are really good at manifesting, for example, and their life unfolds more in that way, you know, where we all have our own dance with the universe. Like, and while others like myself, for example, I prefer to follow the energy and follow where I'm guided to go instead of like trying to direct it. Although that is also something that there is a place and time for everything. But I live in a more surrendered state. It's a more surrendered place to live from, the way I do it. But that doesn't exclude planning and things like that. But the overall involvement from my end is one of surrender. So that's why the signs and breadcrumbs you receive might look different from how mine look. And they are always really unique to your own path and what you're here to, like your life, what you're guided to do, depending on your unique energy and how your life unfolds. So it's about really important to stay true to your path, following your intuition, following your gut feelings, and being present for the moments where all this is happening, being in the now. So if you're feeling uncertain about something, for example, then don't stress about the big picture. Just take the next step. Let the universe show you the way, that one step at a time. That's all. Like stay open, trust your inner voice, and take action when it comes to you. When the next action step reveals itself to you, that's when you take it. And the more you do this, the more you go with it immediately, the more it will show you. And it just creates a snowball effect where you are in this beautiful dance with the universe. And then things happen and comes to you, and you just go with that flow and you trust the process. So listen to your intuition. It's your guide, and notice synchronicities and breadcrumbs and things like that, and take action on what is shown to you, and follow what speaks to you, like where is the aliveness of the energy, and ignore what is not for you. And that eliminates the overthinking and self-doubt and all that, because you follow your path. And this is what faith is. And we all communicate with the universe all the time, through our thoughts and intentions and energy and so on and so forth. So pay attention today, what comes to you, and act on what is shown, and then see what happens. So look out for those breadcrumbs and go with them, because they are the signposts to your most fulfilling life.